So we just enter a new era, and this is the era of freedom. And the era of freedom is not really about doing, it's not about working, but it's about being. Okay? And that's what we were always here to do. We came here with the codes within us called the human being. But we've been, sleepy. That's why we think that it's about doing, it's about grinding, working, making things happen, and we get stuck in the egoic game, the 3D game, the looping game, okay, as I call it, the slavery game. You need to do this, you need to do that. Why do you need to do anything? Okay, ask yourself that. Why do you need to do anything? You don't need to do anything. You choose to do it. Your freedom of choice, your free will, your freedom to will, your freedom to choose is what allows you to experience this life. So when you begin to forget, that's the whole point. We came here being forgetful, but the game is to advance and evolve, right? That's why you're here awakening, right? That's why I have my free awaken community. Join below if you want. It is our top 10 spiritual community on school.com. Whoop, whoop. I don't know what this is. This was weird. Whoop, whoop. All right. So, what I'm called to share with you in this video, and the messages I'm channeling through being the vessel of the divine, being your mirror, channeling through your highest self, your God consciousness, what you know deeply to be true, is that you're not here to perform. You're not here to perform. And to be honest with you, when I started my YouTube channel, I thought I had to follow a certain set of rules. Like I needed to make my videos this long, otherwise, it's this and this, or it's too long, or it's too short. I need to look this way, I need to look that way, I need to sound this way, I have to have my intro this way, or else I'm not gonna be liked, or else people are not gonna subscribe to me. People are gonna na. And I was following these sets of rules that kind of kept me enslaved to this weird system. But when I broke free, I realized that it is only my frequency, it is only my energy that magnetizes in everything. And in this 3D world, it's really about us having this kind of illusionary thinking that everything has to make sense, everything is logical, but it's actually not like that. When you have a belief, when you have an assumption, when you have a knowing, when you have a vision, when you have a destiny, things will align in the 3D, because the true world is not this world. It's not the world of the five senses. It's only the output. It's the holographic world. It's the projected world. It's the simulated world. But the real world is intangible. The real world is so magical. And the real world is based in God, the God consciousness, the oneness, source. And when you're connected to the source, you see everything, you know everything, you understand everything. Because when you're aligned, you will really realize that it's about freedom. It's about oneness. It's about wholeness. It's about expansion. That's why consciousness splits, and that's why we have different body, different vessel, different experiences. Because if you're just oneness, right, like eternal infinite spirit, it doesn't have a form. It doesn't know. It cannot experience emotion. It cannot experience like hugs or whatever, right? Like people, like it'll just be everything and it's nothing. So when we are actually having this human experience, it's about appreciating how beautiful God is, how beautiful consciousness is, how beautiful the universe and all that is. And the funniest thing is the universe is not something that you pray to, you wish, you manifest. It's you inverse. It's you projected out, you reflected out. All the codes of this reality is here to remember what is real, for you to recall the pieces and the fragments of you. The people who you see, they're not even separate from you. They are a part of the one consciousness that you're a part of. Otherwise, you wouldn't have this experience. So we're here to learn from our reflections through each other. Because what do you see when you look at each other's eyes, the other people's eyes? If you look close enough, you'll see you. You'll see your own reflection. So shouldn't that give you a clue of who they are? They're you. They're the behavioral loop that you allow in your life, the type of things that you continue to tolerate, the love that you deserve. And when I say the love you deserve, is that the love that you believe you deserve. If you believe that you deserve just okay love, and sometimes abuses and stuff like that, then you're gonna get that, because that's inside. That's what you believe, and your belief can come from what you grew up with, and that's the conditioning, and it overrides. But belief is just an opinion. You can change your belief. You can change that. You know what? I believe I can have the best love ever. And so your reality will change, and so the people will change, and the attraction and the repulsion will begin to happen. In this moment right now, you have to understand that you're a free bird, you're a free phoenix. And freedom is not for the lucky. Freedom is for the brave. And that's something that I posted on my Instagram at TinaWong000 if you want to follow me there. The energy of freedom is not about money freedom or time freedom or anything like that. Sure, it's a part of it, but it's about soul freedom. It's about sovereignty. I freed myself from the system. 8-9 years ago, when I quit my job, I started traveling full-time, and I've been living my life free as a bird. And every day I wake up so thankful for that. I get to wake up, no alarms. And I remember, when I used to go to work and stuff, at the 9 to 5, like honestly, the alarm, it was stressing me the F out. I had to wake up at like 6 a.m. and I was in Canada and it was so cold. And I wake up in pitch black, and oh my God, I remember how cold it was to sit on the toilet seat in the morning. And I felt the stress. I feel all the cortisol in my body, and I had to drive to work and do the things that is not natural to my system. And it like really effed me up. I had psoriasis all over my body. I was in chronic stress. I didn't even know who I was. I was so depressed, And on top of that, the guy that I was supposed to marry broke up with me, literally, out of nowhere. And that kind of set my whole life apart. Or shall I say, it really was the catalyst that started this journey for me. That I realized, like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Why am I succumbing to something that I don't feel good in? What's the point of living then, right? Why are we alive? We're alive because we're meant to feel alive. Are you really living, right? Or you just, I'm alive, I'm just doing the motion, and I just hate every part of my life, and I'm finally home now from this job that I hate. I have no energy. But I feel like I just wasted my life, so I'm gonna binge on Netflix, I'm gonna binge on TikTok, I'm gonna eat this pizza because I feel so stressed that I'm stress eating, and then I have this big beer belly now, and then I, this and this, and I have no time to date, and oh my God, now I'm just gonna get a dog or a cat or whatever. Like, this is what modern life has come to. All these things are getting us in the loop of doing and doing and doing, but not even doing the things that we love, the things that, light us up. So the question that I asked myself when I was at my, cubicle 9 to 5, 9 years ago was, I'm trying to remember, what was the question that I asked? Yeah, I remember asking myself, like, who am I? What lights me up? Like, what lights me up? What makes me happy? What makes me feel creative? I didn't know the answer to that anymore. Because growing up, I was the girl who loved, like, photography and, art. I was always so good at these things. I thought of myself as a creative person. I loved doing the makeup and stuff in high school, and the hair and the clothes. Like, I loved those things. But then as I grew older, I just stopped doing anything that is creative. you know, and then all these thing that was injected to us is to do the things, get the job, get the degree, get the husband, get the house, get the car, pop out the kids, and then and then, you know, whatever you want to do, just don't do it. Just wait until you retire when you're old and gray and maybe you have some knee problem. Okay, and then you can do it. And then at that point, I don't know, if you have the health, good for you, and then you just wasted your entire life being chained to doing the things you don't want to do. And I had these revelations, and I decided that I don't know what my life is gonna go, but I just know that it's not supposed to be like that. And that was enough for me, you know? And maybe you're at the point right now where you're questioning, like, this doesn't feel right, you know? This doesn't feel right, the life that I'm living. Why am I dealing with this relationship problem? Is our relationship supposed to be like that? Is it normal that, you know, we fight all the time with our partner? We can't deal with their breath up into, you know, our space? How can you call that love? How can you call that partnership? It's like you're settling, you know? How can you call that true love when you just wear each other and you just nag at each other all the time? Do you even love them? Do they even love you? Or is this something that you just tolerate because you watched a movie? You're like, well, marriages is supposed to be like that. Relationships is supposed to be like that. You know, when I pop out a kid, that's supposed to be my life. Or I'm supposed to work now. And I'm supposed to do the things now. And, you know, work is supposed to take my entire day. That's how I can earn money, if I put in the hours. But what if you're wrong? What if none of this is true? What if that's the story to enslave you? What if there's another way? And if you know that we live in an infinite multiverse, a world with infinite possibilities, and when you remember your God code, your divinity, and you stop identifying yourself as Mr. Anderson, as Tiffany, as whatever that your name, your age, your skin color, your family background is, it is irrelevant. It's irrelevant because the God consciousness doesn't give a crap whether you had, you know, money issues for 30 years of your life. That doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. In this moment, anything can change. You understand? It doesn't mean shit that you had all these terrible relationships and terrible jobs and you were badly treated for 30, 50 years. It doesn't matter. Your God consciousness only works on infinite possibilities. In this moment, everything can change. Okay? And it can only change when you know that you are the infinite possibilities. You know, the God consciousness is not something outside of you. God is not outside of you, it's within you. Love is not outside of you, it's within you, it's what you are. All these energy, all these electrical currents are running within you. And when you awaken to your God consciousness, you're going to realize that what the F are you doing? What the F am I doing entertaining anything that is not true? Because actually there's another way. There's always another way. Remember that. That's your mantra. There's always another way. There's always another way. You live in an infinite universe. And an exercise that I tell my clients all the time is, you know, you have to exercise your free will. You have to learn how to exercise your freedom of choice. So the exercise that I'm going to give you now is always ask yourself, what options do you have now? Okay, for breakfast, apple or banana? Okay, choose apple, banana, or pear. Which one feels good to you? What one feels true? Apple, banana, or pear, or oatmeal? Just know that you have a choice. Not eating is a choice. Eating is a choice. You know, maybe you're intermittent fasting. Okay, I actually really prefer that for myself. I like to eat like, you know, 2 or 3 times a day. Sometimes in my life I'll just eat once. You have more energy when you're not always snacking. But anyway, that's another thing. But you have to realize that everything's a choice. You choose, you going to the work, okay, that you don't like, that your boss treats you like, crap, and you tell yourself, oh, well, that's my only option right now, so I have to go. Because you believe that and you choose that. No, like, because you choose that. Just so that you have equally a choice to put in your resignation letter and quit. You have another choice, an equal amount of choice to speak up about it, to do something about it, to begin to imagine and call in a new reality. You have the choice and you have the infinite possibility. So you either live in a box and thinking that life happens to you and you're the victim and you have no choice. Or you exercise and awaken to your God consciousness and realize that all the choice, all the infinite possibility is within you. You have all these potential and timelines available for you to choose. Everything in this world is about energy and frequency. The more you align to what is what was the word? Compatible. What is compatible to your energy, what you believe and who you are, what feels the easiest, that's what you're gonna get. Maybe in your system, your nervous system is only available, it's only calibrated for this amount of love that you can receive in your life. And that's the amount of love that you've seen modeled in your childhood, in your parents. The kind of love that cheat here and there, that call each other's name here and there, that, speaks in a disrespectful way here and there. And maybe that's what you think that is good enough and that's normal. You have accepted that model that you see as normal and you have accepted it within you. So what happened is that now you are going to be attracting partners that they can be wonderful people, but then here and there, they do something. They do something that is questionable. They'll call you name. They'll call you, the swear word slips out when they're mad. And then what happens? You learn to tolerate because you've tolerated your entire life. Your system tells you that love needs to be compromising. Love needs to involve sacrificing. It needs you to have less than what you really deserve. That timeline and that belief is available. And that's actually a lot of that is being broadcasted out. So people are actually settling for what they think true love is, what they think what a good relationship is. But actually they just don't want to start again. They don't want to give up because attachment. We are so attached. We are attached to things that feels familiar to ourselves, and even the familiar thing is not the best thing, we still want to attach. It's scary into our system to kind of like leave the blankie, right? The blankie has been with us. Is it the best blankie? Is it the best smelling blankie? Is it the most comfy blankie? No, but we hold on to it because that's what we know. And we have fear of abandonment. We have fear of, oh my God, I'm going to start again. And I am this age now. And I am at this stage in my life now. And starting again means there's so much risk. So I'm going to stay instead. I want to tolerate this instead. I want to tolerate this job, this situation, this friendship, this relationship instead. And I'll try to be happy with it because, I'm a grateful person, right? Isn't that what spirituality tells me? To be a grateful person. I am grateful for everything. It's true. You are here to realize that everything's happening for you and there is that true amount of gratitude that makes you an amazing person. I agree with that. But what is true for you, right? You can appreciate the lessons that thing gives you, that person gives you, but still know that it's not your true match. You know what I'm saying? You still can appreciate all the love and the support from that person, but you know that your heart is not happy in this relationship. So why do you stay? And your mind will tell you all these reasons. Your mind will tell you. Your mind will tell you, I keep on repeating this because it's the logical side of you. It will tell you, well, your money is gonna get weird if you leave this person. You have to deal with divorces. You have to, sort out your stuff, your assets, and you have kids and stuff, and you have history together, and blah 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 blah. Like, it will tell you all these reasons, but then do you discount your heart? Do you discount your energy? Like, how drained it feels? Like, you feel like you're dying. You feel like you're getting more sick. That's a sign. If you're with someone and you feel like you develop all these health issues and you just feel worse in their energy, it's not something that they do directly, but you just feel not yourself. You don't feel hot. You don't feel sexy. You don't feel vibrant. You don't feel inspired. You don't feel like you can do anything in the world. That's not your person. That's not your partner. That's not your friend. It's a hard pill to swallow. But that's why we need to have standards. We have to see the truth. And I believe we're in this new era right now where we're being awakened to what this new earth frequency is. And if you're watching this video, it is not a coincidence. It's because you are aligning with this. You know that there is a whole new world that is so beautiful, that is so aligned with you. And it's not some magical fantasy island. It's the one that you have been co-creating for so long, and you know that you're not the only one that has been co-creating this new earth. Let me know down below. Drop me a heart emoji down below if you know that this is a co-creation. This new earth that we're talking about is a co-creation, because we want more of us. We want more out of life. And it's not like out of ungratefulness. It's because out of divinity. That's what God wants. God is all that is, and all that is wants to expand itself, because the code of abundance is written right in here and everything. We live in an abundant world. There's money everywhere, okay? There is green grass and greenery and leaves and trees, and it's everywhere. Air is everywhere. Water is everywhere. Beautiful people are everywhere. Okay? The code of creation is abundance. One seed of an apple falls, okay, on the ground, on the soil, and it sprouts, and then it becomes an apple tree, and the apple tree produces many apples. And can you guess how many seeds are in one apple and how many seeds are in that apple tree? And then just one of the seeds that starts the whole process again. Can you see that? If you understand that concept, you understand the concept of abundance and prosperity. We do not live in lack. We do not. So the system will tell you that there's lack. You need to elbow someone. You need to, do things that are not true to your character in order for you to get what you want. Otherwise, you're not going to get what you want. You need to go on dates, and you need to be fake AF. You need to, look like this. You need to pretend you are like this. You need to not, tone down your crazy. You need to whatever, right? In order for you to find your mate, your person, or whatever. You need to say all these pickup lines, and you need to play some mind game, and you need to, do all this stupid shit, for what? Are you trying to find a fake mate? Are you trying to find someone who likes you for not you? Are you trying to trick someone to loving you? And then you get shocked 3 months later when the mask fall off, when you don't look cute all the time, when you don't wear makeup and perfect hair all the time, and you don't, send all these weird, flirty texts all the time, and then they leave, they don't like you anymore. And you get, I don't know why he doesn't love me anymore. I don't know why she doesn't love me anymore. Why do you think? Because you tricked them into liking you for not you. And I'm using that as a extreme example, but there are ways that we show up inauthentically, consciously and subconsciously. We want to be liked. We want to be validated. We want this. We want love so bad. We're so desperate for a relationship. Relationships are your biggest mirror, are your biggest intimate teachers. So that's why relationship feels so hard and so confronting, because you literally let someone into your personal world. You know, these people get to see the most intimate parts of you, experience the most intimate parts of you, and everything rises. The dark, the ugly, the great, the amazing, everything. So that's why these things are so hard. So as long as you're addicted to chaos, as long as you're still outsourcing the work to another person, to another relationship, to another thing, you'll never do the real work. And the real work is the work within. The real work is you tapping into your divinity, closing down your eyes, opening up your heart, and asking yourself, am I worthy of freedom? Because it's available for me. Am I worthy of love and abundance? Because it's available for you. It's written. It's written in your code. It's written in your God code. Because God is all that is. You have access to all that is. And it's because what you feel aligned to, that's what you experience. You feel aligned to poverty? Okay, honey, that is your reality. Okay? That's it. Because there's so many people who, make it in life and, manifest millions and billions of dollars coming from poverty. And you think you're the only one that comes from poverty, and then, somehow you have to get stuck in that. That's your consciousness. That's why it's important for us to expand, open up. What else can we play, right? Play with possibilities. And play is a very beautiful frequency that has been long forgotten on our planet. We forgot to be playful. We forget to let down our hair. We forget to do the things that make us happy. We don't even know what true happiness is. True happiness is joy, true joy. And joy is of a higher frequency than happiness. A lot of people abuse that word. I'm happy. Pizza makes me happy. Sleeping with people makes me happy, right? Having, this and that makes me happy. Going on a shopping spree makes me happy. But what brings you joy? Happiness. It's like, this makes me, it feels like a hit, right? But what is that joy frequency? And I'll tell you now, the true joy is the appreciation at the very fact that you're alive. That's it. It's not about the diamonds makes me happy, right? The man makes me happy. The woman makes me happy. It's none of that shit. It's me being alive, me getting to experience life as consciousness itself in this human form. How freaking amazing. Like my ability to open my eyes to touch a leaf, to be able to think and imagine, for me to draw, for me to breathe. The experience of breathing, that should feel good. And if you don't feel good, just knowing that you have the soul of ability to just breathe, in this moment, you are so off. You are so off from your true alignment. And true joy is you remembering that. And I love it when, the moments when we begin to remember just how silly we are, just how serious we take this life. Oh, so serious. Oh, I need to make this presentation and I need to look a proper way and then people need to like me. It's your need for other people to like you that makes the whole thing serious. If you just let go, right? This is what people call the law of detachment. You let go. You're like, I don't give, like, do you like you? Do you like the presentation that you're giving? Do you like you as a person? Do you like your makeup today? It's about you. What do you like? Do you like your outfit today? It's about you like. It's not about, let me dress like sexy for the male gaze. Let me dress as, hot and fresh for the female gaze. I don't know, right? Like, like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, like, what the fuck, right? You dress for you. You show up for you. You do the things that you love. And that is magnetism. Okay? And that puts you in the frequency of joy and appreciation. And appreciation is prosperity. Appreciate the things in life. Appreciate that you're alive. Appreciating that you have this moment right now. And you get to be a freaking awesome human that is like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in a house right now. That is so amazing. I can't believe that, like, I could go outside and I could breathe some air. I could, feel the sun. I could get a coffee. I could get a bubble tea. I could get a whatever. What would you like to drink? Let me know down below. What's your favorite beverage? Mine is water. It's plain and simple, right? But I'm kind of particular about my water. I'm a bit bougie with the water. We like the fresh mountain, spring, the water. Okay, that's me. It's like, how people into their wine. I'm into my water. And that's the fun thing about this human experience, is that we get to experience anything and everything. But what do we allow? What do we allow ourselves to experience? Right? And that's the energy of spirit. That's the divine feminine energy, is receiving. How much do you feel worthy of receiving? How much do you feel worthy of expanding? Right? What do you feel that, experience that's going to light you up? And maybe what lights you up right now is to be in a crappy relationship. Your soul might need to learn that lesson. So your soul can be like, wow, this is so fun. I'm putting myself together as whole and complete, I'm retrieving parts of my soul. So your soul can be dancing, but your human is having a terrible time right now. But then we can always laugh, right? We can always look at the past, like our exes or karmic partners, right? We like to call them that. And we can laugh. It's like, oh my God, why was I into that guy? Why was I into that girl? Have you had that moment, by the way, guys? Be honest. Let me know down below, okay? Have you ever, like, ended a relationship with someone and after you're like, why was I into this person? Right? You're like, I don't even find this person attractive in any way, like physically or anything. Like, what did I see in them? Right? It's like we can have a laugh, right? We can have a good laugh about life. It's not that serious. It's gonna be gone in a blink of an eye. Before you know it. Before you know it, you'll be old and gray. Before you know it, you'll ascend to another vessel. Before you know it, people are gonna start flopping away in your life. Before you know it, the things that you say you want may not even be available anymore. Before you know it, the I love you, the I'm sorry things that you've been delaying, you may never get to tell them. Because what if they ascend before you and you never get the chance? Do you know what I'm saying? The place you want to go, what if it comes crashing down? You'll never have the chance to see it, to stop delaying. You only have this moment to live, and that's freedom. And I've been living my life so freely, and I don't show this. I don't really show this because I still think I'm a very private person, although it feels like I'm very open with you guys, spiritually, emotionally, because it's my purpose to share my truth with you. But honestly, for my personal life, I live a really amazing 10 out of 10 life. I eat what I want, the best food, best water. I have the best friend ever, like 10 out of 10 person. I didn't know friendship could be like that. And it's because I had to go through some crappy stuff for me to wake the F up. For me to realize, like, why am I choosing crap? Why am I choosing 6 out of 10? Why am I choosing 7 out of 10? Why am I choosing 4 out of 10 when I can choose 10 out of 10? And until I had the courage to walk away from everything. It's like that 8 of Cups card in the tarot system. It's not the 1 out of 10 that is the hard thing for you to walk away. If it's like a really terrible friend who's always mean to you, that's not the problem. The problem is the resistance is really the friend that loves you, but sometimes there's some weird comments here and there, or they make you feel certain way, or they do certain things that, not very nice. It's like that 8 of cups. It's like the 8 out of 10. And that's the one that's hard to walk away. These are the relationship that it's like, it's good enough. I know I'll be happy with him. I know he'll make me happy. I know he'll provide for me. I know that I'll have a good, easy life with this guy or this girl. But I know my soul is not there, because my soul is craving for some crazy magician, wizard, ET mofo over here to take over the world, to have fun with, So it's like your soul, it's not going to feel fulfilled with an 8 out of 10 person. And sometimes it's really hard for your human to comprehend, because that person might check every box that you want logically, but inside your heart you're like, I feel like I'm meant for something else. I feel like I'm destined for something greater. I can't really pinpoint it, but I just know that it exists somewhere because it calls out to me. You know what that is? Your true heart's desires. It calls out to you because it exists, and your soul reads that language. There's so much love. Oh my God, I feel so emotional. There's so much love coming through right now for the collective who's ascending, who is raising and expanding their vibration into the new earth consciousness. Love is going to look completely different. Freedom is the key, is the code to this. And again, back to what I was saying about freedom. Freedom is not time freedom, it's not money freedom. It is a part of that. It looks like that in the 3D, but freedom is soul freedom. I have time freedom. Like the whole day, I'm not really scheduled, otherwise I have my coaching calls with you. I have my one-on-one schedule with you. Like I'll show up for that, for sure. You can book yours down below, And other than that, like I'm free. My friend, one call away, hey, I miss you, Come to Singapore, come to Vietnam, come to Bali. Okay, see you. See you soon. My grandma, hey, I miss you. When are you going to visit me in Vietnam? Okay, grandma, I'll see you next week. Fly, That's the privilege that us free souls have. And, I honestly feel like I've retired from working a long time ago, because I don't want to show up as working. I want to be me. I wanted to create. I wanted to show up as me. And because I had that desire, and I believe I can have that reality, it aligned. This is what people call getting paid to exist. Because all of us, we have amazing skill sets and talents and amazing energies that we're here to radiate and share with each other. And when we tap into our greatness, that's how we get provided for. Because we are provided for, we just don't see it. That's a topic for another day. But I want you to start beginning to ask yourself, where are you not free in your life? Where do you feel like you have to perform, you have to fake, you have to settle? And I want you to ask yourself, what's your 8 out of 10? What's your 8 of cups? Okay, what's your 8 of cups? If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up on Google or something. The 8 of cups card in the tarot system. And it puts all these symbols in your head. It allows you to see that it is that almost that you're addicted to. It's not, and what that almost is that you're settling. The almost love, the almost friendship, the almost career, the almost freedom. It's not freedom. Almost freedom is not freedom. The almost true love is not true love. The almost respect is not respect. They don't respect you. Someone who respects you doesn't respect you sometimes. 8 times out of 10, they don't respect you. Okay? So just remember that. And when someone doesn't respect you, it's because you don't respect yourself. You allow yourself to be disrespected. So remember that. Everything is you reflecting out. Everything is you feeling how safe do you feel to receive? How expanded are you ready to experience that in your life? How much are you ready to embody the love that you want to have, the respect you want to have, the confidence you want to have, the abundance you want to have, the impact that you're meant to have? Do you feel like the hero of your life? Do you feel like you're someone you're so proud of? Do you feel like you're like the Tony Robbins of your own life? If you don't feel that way, then how can you show up as a New Earth leader, a New Earth guide? If you know that you're here, you want to be a coach, you want to be a mentor, you want to be a guide, have you walked yourself through anything? You know, it's not about books and knowledge from books and gurus and teacher. Are you your own guru? Because the code of the new earth is sovereignty. It's sovereignty. Remember that. That's how you're in your power. That's how you are in your golden throne. And everyone has their own golden throne. We don't have to fight for it. I made a separate video on the New Earth Wealth Code that I have received in August of this year. It was so profound. I had to take an overnight flight to receive these codes from a very special land. I think I'll link it on the video here so you can watch it below. Okay, so check out my other videos. We post here every day. Like this video if you appreciate this, and comment below for the convos. This is Tina Wong. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.